Hello and welcome to this recap video of Season 2, Episodes 1 to 5 of Blood on the Tamesis. So this video, like the other ones, is here for those people who haven't had time to watch all of our old videos and want to join us live for the second half of Season 2. And it's also there for people who have watched the videos but just want a refresher on what actually has been going on. So, are you all sitting comfortably? Then I'll begin. 10 years have passed in Oxfordshire, and the coterie have established themselves as the Southern Veem, serving Sir Holder directly. They now live close to Velvet's family, in a grand home that has been customised to suit their needs, complete with watchmen, a workshop and a small surgery. Velvet and Joanne have faked their own deaths, while Theodore and Silas use other means to hide their unageing faces from scrutiny. On the 11th of April 2012, the coterie receive a call that there's been trouble in the Upton area, with a possible masquerade breach in Sally's domain. They race to the scene, and they find a dying man who has clearly been assaulted by a kindred. A witness there describes Sally as the perpetrator. But when they return, it transpires that someone has tried to infiltrate their haven. Theodore tracks the kindred down to a park, blows out his kneecaps and stakes him. They discover the man is none other than Denton Fesk, Joanne's killer. Joanne further injures Denton and makes it so he's in no position to hurt or dominate anything. Joanne and Silas also manage to save the victim of the attack through a combination of surgical skills and vampiric blood, and they discover that he was not attacked by Sally, but by Denton. The witness who saw Sally, they discover, had his memories altered. This allows them to save Sally from trial and persecution in court. Meanwhile, Velvet and Adam have become secretly married and are in a deep blood bond to one another. And this becomes an issue when they're caught feeding on each other in court by Anne, who manages to extract a major boon out of Velvet in return for her silence. This distresses Velvet, and not in the best frame of mind, he confronts his sire, Sir Wallace Benoit, who is in the middle of talking to Adam. This does not go well, and the two agree that they will need to have a talk at a later date. In preparation for a major court, many of the bloodlines have a meeting. Here, Silas learns more about recent history in Oxfordshire, and why the Toreador are pariahs within the domain. Some 50 years ago, there was a confrontation between the prince, Sir Drogo, and one of the founding knights of Clan Toreador, Sir Thomas de la Moor. Nobody knows what actually happened between them, but the prince returned from that confrontation with grave injuries, and Sir Thomas did not return at all. After his return, the prince began to punish Sir Thomas's bloodline, and Sir Marta, a knight of the Bruyere, protested and tried to protect them, and she spoke out against the prince in their defence. For this, the Scourge, Sir Francis, put Sir Marta into torpor. Now, after 50 years, Sir Marta is back. She is unhappy with both the prince and his Scourge, Sir Francis, and she believes that her sire, Sir James Douglas, another founding knight, should take Oxfordshire for himself, which is something that causes James quite a lot of discomfort. There is rebellious talk amongst Clan Bruyere, and there are strong divisions on what they think is the right thing to do next. Joanne is presented with an opportunity to redeem her bloodline of the Toreador. If she can behave perfectly for a year, it will be taken as proof that the bloodline is not corrupted, and it will no longer be punished for the sins of Sir Thomas de la Moor. If she is successful, her grandsire Alastair will also be released from his imprisonment. However, if she fails, they will all suffer. Around this time, Oxfordshire receives a special visitor from the domain of Tokyo, a Margo Takahisa of Clan Ventru, and he brings with him a Tremere Ota, which does not go down too well with the prince. He also brings his child, Naoto, which does not go down too well with Theodore. Theodore and Naoto have some history, and they begin to socially vie with one another, trying to impress the elder kindred of court. It also becomes clear that Naoto is here to find Miyuki, who used to serve him before becoming Theodore's ghoul. Silas learns he has a stalker, and that they have been taking masquerade-breaching photographs of him for years. They wish to meet, and Silas asks the coterie for help. The coterie conduct a plan that will remove him from mortal life, and he goes to visit his parents one last time to say goodbye. Joanne has been making secret alliances with the Thin Bloods, and has been passing Oxfordshire's secrets to the Toreador of Reading, in the hope it will help Prince Helena of Clan Brugge defeat Drogo in their upcoming duel. Now, as episode 5 draws to a close, Velvet finds himself unable to reach Adam, and he's getting frantic when a call comes through from Wallace. It is time for their talk. Meanwhile, Imago Takahisa calls in an old boon. Theodore is told that he must kill his grandsire, Meliore Tedesco, to both get rid of her and prove that his loyalty to the Camarilla has not been corrupted by the La Sombra blood in his veins. And to find out what happens to all of our coterie, join us for episode 6 of season 2 on the 24th of February, 7 p.m. UK time, live on Twitch, or later that week on YouTube and on the podcast. We'll hopefully see you there. Bye-bye.